first came here, I met some of your parents when they were just about your age, maybe a little bit older. And I consider it a great honor, as do these other people, to be able to come talk to you guys. So I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but you guys are tremendously important. Sad. But you guys are tremendously important. You really are. Have you guys had any idea, have you ever thought about how much of the community's resources, how much of their efforts they put into you guys? You know, this school and all the teachers and all the faculty, man, they got a lot of money from the community invested in you guys. If this was like for the seniors, can you imagine how big of like a bingo party we could make with all the money to spend on the school? You know? And true, I'm telling you. But man, we spend a lot of time because you guys are the hope of the future. You really are. And so I'm honored to be able to speak with you today. You guys are a good looking bunch, man. I'm looking around. You guys are pretty. You really are. The girls look a little better than the guys, you know. I mean, that kind of goes to territory. Maybe it's because I'm getting older and uglier. I don't know. Maybe you're a good looking bunch, you know. And you know, there's a lot of advantages to being young, and you guys have had a lot of advantages. I know some of you think, man, I haven't had as many as you think. Man, if you knew my family, if you knew what I grew up with, if you knew what was going on in my life, you wouldn't think I had many advantages. But there are a lot of advantages that you have. All you guys are here today, and you've been able to get an education, being able to hear some things about some stuff that I think are going to bring a little value, give you a perspective in your life, you know. Sometimes it's hard to imagine how connected we all are. You know, as you look around you, and you look around the community, we stand on the shoulders of a lot of people that came before us. You know, in this country, and even in this town, a lot of people worked hard, gave their lives, sacrificed, did things right to get us where we are today. So there's a lot of people that wound up making it able for us to be able to enjoy the things that we're able to do today, to be able to have a chance. And sometimes it's hard to imagine kind of the value and the burden that places on you. You know, you're not your own, you're kind of bought with a price. You know, there were some things, some sacrifices people made, parents too, to get you guys where you are today. And, you know, sometimes it's hard to get some perspective. You know, each town, a lot of you guys are townies, been here your whole life, kind of grew up in the town, but each town's got a character. And just like each person has a personality, the towns each have a character. I had a chance to live all over the country for a while growing up, and the character of the town is formed by the character of the people collectively that kind of make up that town. And so, as I've been taking care of people over the last 17 years, I've seen some shifts in the character sometimes of the town, shifts in some of the people, and the things that the town's embracing, especially some of the kids now going forward. And so, I wanted to have a chance to talk to you about that. Some of that's going to be a little bit about drugs today, and that's what some of these people are here to talk to you about. Some of it's going to be about a couple other moral issues too that we're going to touch on just real briefly, but a lot of what we're going to spend time on a little drug deal, not drug deal specifically like selling them, but just the deal of what it is about drugs. You know, you guys are smart. You guys are smart too. Now, I'm not talking about your grades because I've seen some of the grades. Some of them ain't that good, but some of them are. I'm talking about, you guys are smart, you guys get bombarded with information, and you guys got to sort through what's real and what's valuable and what's not. You guys are getting pretty good at it. You guys are able to figure out from a large pool of stuff what's meaningful to you, what has some impact on your life. And over the last while, it kind of surprises me, some of the stuff that I see a few of you guys swallowing. And so, you know, there's about 3 lies that I see some people swallowing among your group, man, that really, I think, have a chance to really destroy the connectedness and the fabric and the character of the community that we're living in. And since you guys are the hope for the future, man, I'd love to be able to talk to you about a couple of those things. And we'll touch on the first 2, spend some time on the third one. The first lie that I think I see people believing is, it's all about me. And you hear that a lot, saying, man, it's all about me. I'm going to try to get what I can out of things, you know. And the fact of the matter is that you were made to be awesome, that's for sure. And you were made to live up to your potential. And we're all here to help you do that, man. But you were made to be awesome not just for yourself. You're made to be awesome also for other people. You know, people honestly make a very poor center of their own universe. And people are at their best when they're serving other people. Most of what we've been able to accomplish as a country, as a city, as a group of people has to do with you putting other things ahead of your own self. It's kind of crazy, but that's the way people work best a little bit. And some of the things that I see people embracing wind up elevating themselves over other people. And it kind of betrays the value that you hold. You know, each person here is valuable. Not just the pretty, not just the popular ones, but each person here has a great potential for good. A great potential to do good with their lives. And so, if you wind up shortchanging each other, the way you treat each other, man, it winds up undercutting and tearing the fabric of society a little bit. It winds up doing some damage to that a little bit. You know? If you want to take a little chance to look next to you and say, man, you're a treasure. You're valuable. You can do that. Go ahead, man. Say, you're valuable.
Valuable. We were supposed to say that to each other. So are you.
Some of the stuff, man, that I see, I got people coming into my office, man. They get like an ulcer every time they think about coming to school. It's not because the homework's that hard. You know, now it's okay if teachers want to lay off the homework, dads, you know. But a lot of it is because of the interaction they're having with you guys. You know, you see movies about people wanting to go to their high school reunions, but I can tell you there's a certain percentage of people in this room. They ain't going to want to go to their high school reunions, man, because of the way they feel about how kind you guys are to each other. You know, if I was up here kicking a puppy, oh man, you guys are like rushing the stage, save the puppy, man. You know, what are you beating the puppy up for? You know? But I think you guys have all seen people, man, getting kicked like a puppy, man. There's people in your school, people aren't treating very good. Instead of rushing them and saying, man, what are you doing? You're kicking the puppy. You know, people just tolerate it. They let it go, you know. So it's destroying the value. It's tearing the fabric that holds us together, you know. And so I want you to think about that, man. It's not all about me. We're in this together. We're collective. Second lie I'm going to touch on before we get moving with it is sex outside of marriage is okay. Oh, yeah, so that's what. But you know there's a natural law of sex. Is that crazy? That's not like the sexual police going to show up, you know, boom, 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 hey, come out with your hands and zippers up. This is crazy, baby. It ain't be like that. But there's a natural law of sex. And here's the natural law of sex, okay? And that is, women give men sex in exchange for a lifetime commitment to love them and provide and protect for the babies that come from that union. That's the natural law of sex. Now, women kind of innately know that. So, you guys may have noticed, if you fool around with a girl and you don't return her text after that, she gets mad. You guys ever notice that? Yeah? That's because women know this innately. And there's something else that you got to understand, man, that you women have a really big job to do. You really do. Because you got to civilize the guys. What do I mean by that? That is a big job, isn't it? You ladies, yeah, huge job. Because they're not very civil sometimes. But what civilizes a guy, what makes him into a protector, provider, is commitment to a wife and kids and a family. And if they're wanting to cut loose from that family, guys tend to become a little predatory. Okay? They just do. And that family gets weakened. The family ties, the family is the fundamental unit of society. As goes the family, so goes the city. When I came here to Hannibal, you know, the birth rate to unwed mothers was about 15 to 20%. All right? This last year, it's about 60%. Okay? 6 out of 10 babies born out there, born out of wedlock. You know, single mom is a tough job. It really is, man. It's a hard thing. Some of you guys know. Why don't you hear much about single fathers? Because a lot of them are AWOL. They're not harnessed up. They're not harnessed up doing the things that want to build that family. They just out running the streets and doing things. You know, we need to change that a little bit. You ladies can change it. And you guys, man, if you're getting sex from a girl without a marriage deal, without a lifetime commitment, you're stealing what doesn't belong to you. I'm telling you the truth. And girls, you got to get a little smarter about this. You say, man, you know what? That's for marriage, man. Not my sex is for marriage and for that commitment that comes with it. Hold those guys to it. Third thing we're getting to get to a little bit is third lie that I think some people are taking in is that drugs are okay. They don't really hurt anybody. These guys up here are going to talk about that mostly, but I'll tell you just as a doctor, I've lost more young adults to overdoses in the last 2 years than I have the other 15 I've been able to put together. Yeah, I see your Instagrams, I see your Snapchats, I see the things you guys are showing on there. You know, I see the little marijuana smoke rings you guys are blowing. You know, I see the little lines of white powder on the table. You know, I know some of them are powdered sugar, you're trying to be cool. But some of them aren't, you know. But what I see is I see you guys celebrating that stuff. I see you guys celebrating the drug use, man. I see, ooh, it's like I'm coming out, dude. Yeah, you're cool, man. You got the drugs in your life. That's taking poison, and you're poisoning your own society, man. You're tearing the fabric of society apart. It damages people. And you guys know from the people, some of you guys have come in your families got some addiction problems, and parents and everything else. And I'm telling you, man, that it's poisoning your family. Some of you guys say, man, I don't know if I can do all this stuff. I don't know if I can, you know, put other people forward, man, and try to work for the common good. I don't know if I can do that sex thing and that whole family thing in marriage. I don't know if I can stay out of the drug culture that I've been raised in or the things I've been sucked into. But I want to tell you one more thing before I turn it over to Mark and these guys. You have a choice, man. You can be a tremendous force for good. How you think in your mind of yourself is how you're going to be. And there is nobody in this room that cannot decide that they want to be a positive force to build that fabric of society so that the town that you're going to be raising your kids in, the town that you're going to be living in is strong, is healthy, has a future, doesn't continue to slide. Because I'm telling you something, we're about one generation away from disaster. A lot of you guys, your grandparents are raising you, you know, and I know your parents got some issues sometimes. But when they're gone, who's going to be there next, man? You guys got to make a change. And there's no better time than right now. You got to make a change in your heart and decide, you know what? No matter what, I'm going to choose to do right. I'm going to choose to make something for myself and make a difference. Not for just myself, but also the people who place their trust in me through this community, man. So I'm going to hand this over a little bit more, talking about some of these drug issues on down the line. My friend Mark Fitzpatrick here.